Good morning, good Monday morning to everyone. I hope you're all staying safe. I've heard that the campuses might be closed depending on the situation with this wind over here and the power outages that the wind causes. So, good luck to everybody if you're trying to get some stuff from campus. The other thing that I heard too is that it actually could affect some of the Wi-Fi. So please plan accordingly if you're trying to get some work done today. All right. So with that being said, good morning to everybody. I hope you're all having a great week thus far. You had a relaxing weekend, so you can get going on what's coming up ahead. Um, excuse me. Um, so a couple of things. So to start off with, I know it's sort of getting towards the end. We're almost there. November's around the corner, and once we're done with November, we just gotta like halfway through December, and then we're done. So for a lot of you, you're feeling a little bit of that urge to like, you're just tired and giving up or anything like that. Don't. You're so close. Just get this done. Get it over with. I don't, and I hope I don't see you doing this again next semester. I want you to be able to pass all your classes so you don't have to repeat anything. And so I don't want to see this next semester. I want to make sure that you progress forward and you continue on with your academic journey. This COVID stuff, doing the online stuff, that's only temporary for those of you that aren't used to or didn't want to take an online course. It's only temporary. Keep your head up, keep going. Yeah, we're all facing some different issues as we move forward, but we're all kind of doing the best we can, and I get that, and I understand that, within reason, of course. Um, but with that being said, I wanted to make sure I touch base and I kind of talk to you. Now, for my public speaking courses, some of you had your speeches due this week, so this is a reminder. All right, if you're a class that has your informative speech due this week, get working on it. Do not wait to the last minute. I repeat, do not wait to the last minute to turn your work in. Okay, I'm hoping that on Sunday night you're not, scrounging trying to get some stuff. Even if you do just do a little bit at a time, that's all I want. Remember, I want your abbreviated outline, your full sentence outline, and your self-reflection. And make sure that you put the link to your YouTube video on the top of your full sentence outline. Submit a PDF or a Word doc only. Do not, I repeat, do not cut and paste a link to your Google Docs or whatever other, Microsoft Cloud or whatever it is that you save it on. Do not put a link in. Canvas is great for a lot of things, but it's not great for a lot of other things, and that includes reading links. So if you put a link, chances are I'm not going to be able to see it. So please do not put in links. Okay, don't link save it to your computer, name it, and then upload it directly to Canvas. Now, for your YouTube video, put the link to your video on your on your document. Put it on the PDF document, on the Word document, and then submit that. All right. Do not try to upload the entire video to Canvas. Canvas is not a perfect viewing mechanism for videos. It doesn't always work. And a lot of times I'm able to hear you and not see you, and then it becomes an issue. And we kind of dealt with a lot of those issues with your cultural artifact speech, and we had to go back and forth, and there was a huge delay for some of you that didn't get your grades on time because I went through your entire class. Yours wasn't ready, so I continued on with the class, and then I let you know that, hey, I couldn't see it, and then you got kind of pushed to the end of the line once I was able to finish grading everybody. So it's really one of those things where I really want to be able to grade you in your class together all at once because it gets everybody squared away. Now, for my other people, public speaking classes, some of you are not due, your public speaking speech, your informative speech, isn't due till the 8th. So you should know who you are. If you know yours is due on the 1st, be aware. If yours is due on the 8th, look for the 8th, okay? Um, as you know, I teach multiple public speaking classes, so I don't necessarily schedule all the speeches due at the same time because it really does inundate trying to grade everything all at once. So I try to spread it out a little bit. Um, for my um, for my um, interpersonal classes, please make sure that you start thinking about the relationship paper you're going to write about. Remember, for this relationship paper, it is not about you and somebody else. Okay, um, it's not about in a relationship that you observe. It really is a relationship where you are a part of, where you are a member. So it could be the romantic relationship, a friendship, a work relationship. It could be a friendship with a relationship with a family member, your brother, your sister, your dad. It could be a love, whatever. It's you and somebody else. And very similar to what we did with the relationship paper that you observed, we're going to do a very similar thing, except we're going to make the page one page longer. I'm noticing that a lot of you you weren't able to put in all the information you needed, partially because you were so condensed into a confined into 2 to 3 pages. So we're actually going to make the self-reflective paper, which is the relationship paper, uh, 3 to 4 pages long. So it adds, um, is it 3 to 4? Um, yeah, 3 to 4 pages long. So we're extending it by 1 page, making sure that you're able to fit in the terms and ideas that I want you to bring in, and fully explain what I'm expecting. I'm going to shoot another video um, in the upcoming future as your relationship paper becomes closer, to kind of give you more specific instructions. Okay, so keep that in mind. I'm hoping that you're enjoying the videos that I'm putting up there, and being self-reflective, and I mean being reflective of some of the questions that you put in there, and that if you have any questions, you're always welcome to email me. Now, for my persuasive class, wow, some of the responses that I'm getting from you on your on the weekly discussions are really, really good. I'm really enjoying the videos that you're putting up when the questions ask you to look for videos. And I'm really enjoying the way that you actually interact with each other in within the discussion forum. I know sometimes it may not seem like, oh, he's not reading this, but I can guarantee you that I am. And for some of you, may even respond. But I really am enjoying the discussions that I'm hearing. I'm hoping that you get a lot out of it. The questions themselves are designed for you to be reflective of what you saw, but then also sort of integrate what your thoughts and opinions and ideas are, and then applying those ideas to your research. So keep that in mind. I'm also giving some of the questions as we move forward that are relatable to the final paper that you have to write. Okay, so we're going to go from there. Um, I had one or two of you that actually wanted me to take a look at your papers, and I just wanted to. And actually, this goes for everybody. Um, I was right now I'm pretty much caught up. I actually caught up last week, and I actually started working ahead on some of your stuff. Some of you may have noticed that your assignments and your weekly stuff was ready today. Persuasion, yours is actually going to be due today. I'm going to be working on that as soon as I'm done with this video. And so, what that means is that because I've kind of settled everything so far, so that I can be ready for the incoming speeches that I need to grade, I also know that there's probably a few things that maybe fell through the cracks. So if you emailed me something and I didn't take a look at it, or I didn't grade it, please remind me. If you sent me an extra credit and you don't see it on your excuse me, and you didn't see it on the grade book, email me and I'll make sure I put it on. It's really a great opportunity for you to do it now. I am by no means perfect. I will be the first one to tell you that. So if you don't get something, don't see something, or I don't respond to something, you know, squeaky wheel gets the oil. That means that if I don't hear from you, it means that I'm not going to remember. I try to remember everything as I can, and to be honest with you, I think I caught up on just about everything. But I always know there's always like one or two people that didn't get their stuff, or didn't get their grade in or whatever. So if you are one of those people, send me a friendly reminder. I know over the weekends it's kind of hard because I'm with family, so you're not going to see that. And some of you, I even said, hey, remind me on Monday. Today's Monday. So send me a quick reminder. Let me know that you have some stuff that I still need to take a look at, and I'll make sure I try to get it done today, especially right now that I'm shooting the video and I'm doing some other stuff here. And so, yeah, for my persuasive, I had one person that actually went to the Writing Center and brought it in, and wanted to me to take a look at. And it actually got me thinking about something as we're talking about the persuasive papers. Please don't take any shortcuts. I'm telling you right now. Do not take an existing paper for another class and try to manipulate it into making it sound for persuasive. I've seen people where they take an existing document that they wrote for another class and it's about something, that that's persuasive, and there it becomes it's more of a let's say a cultural paper on who they are and where they come from, or something else, right, on business, or on psychology, and they try to sort of finagle it into a persuasive paper. It's obvious when you do that. Please don't do that. Um, you know, the idea of the persuasive paper is for you to take knowledge and analysis on an act of persuasion. That means that something has to be occurring that is persuading someone else to do something. Okay? It could be a commercial, it could be a political speech, it could be a marketing campaign. It could be a lot of different things. It could be your parents persuading you to do something, or you persuading your parents to do something. It could be that simple. And it could be a series of persuasions, right? It could be an act of persuasion that comes along over time, right? So you don't have to talk about one specific commercial, for example, that has to do with voting, especially since it's voting season. It could be what? A series of commercials that lead you to vote, or a series of commercials or ads or acts of persuasion, like from your parents continually telling you to do this or do that. They're trying to persuade you to do something. And so that's what I want to know. Do not take an existing paper and finagle it into try to make it fit into the box that is persuasion. It's obvious when you do that. It doesn't bode well for you. You're not going to get a good score. And if it's really apparent that you're really just trying to um, save yourself a little bit of time and not really doing the work and effort, I'll call you out on it. And remember, your papers are submitted through through a system that allows me, if you plagiarize. That means if you submitted that paper somewhere else and it was submitted online, chances are it's going to catch it. So please do not duplicate it. If there is something that you are doing for another class, and this is a very bare minimum, if you are doing something for another class that sort of run parallel to mine, there talk to me and then maybe we could talk about that, but chances are it's not. But if there is, talk to me about it, because chances are there may be something that we can work out, because I'm not opposed to doubling the research. For example, if there's research that you done for another class and the research can be used for this class, by all means, research is different. But when you're really just using the exact same words and sentences and really just doing one paper for two classes, that doesn't work. Every paper, every assignment has to be original. There may be some aspects of it that you can use for both, but that's very few and far between, because it's not very often that classes run parallel to what their assignments are and when they're due and all the other stuff. So I just want you to make sure I mention that early on before you really start writing a paper and then find out that, oh, I can't use it. No, you can't. You have to take a good look at what you're writing. And if at any point you wrote it for somebody else and you're trying to switch it up for mine, it's not going to work. And remember, it's an act of persuasion, something that occurs that you can identify and say, oh, they're trying to persuade something. Now, what that is, who is the person who's persuading, or who is the entity who's persuading? What is the act of persuasion? And then what is the perceived outcome that you are looking for, and what the outcome may be, what it reality is or turns out to be, is sort of that's the paper right there, right? And it's the analysis of how, why, who, when, but the why, especially of why it happens, that's really and extremely important for me to write. And remember, this is a really huge paper. It's 15 pages, so don't wait to the last minute. Start working on it now. Some of you are, and that's great. But some of you haven't. And some of you don't even know what you're writing about yet. Even though some of the questions that I asked for the weekly discussion was, what do you think you'll write about? And I'm really trying to prepare you as you move forward to really think about what you're going to do. All right. So again, if any of you have anything that's pending that I didn't get done, please email me. I don't think it's pestering. I don't think it's bothering me. I think I'm just, if I drop something or didn't, something fell through the cracks, it's my responsibility to make sure that I'm up to date and that you have all the things you need to move forward. And if I didn't do it, let me know, because if I don't know I'm missing it, then I may not be able to fix it. So let me know, keep me informed. And if there's anything going on that's preventing you or holding you back from doing something, please let me know as well. I've had some conversations with some of you, that's kind of letting me know what's going on during this pandemic and the conditions that we're all sort of having, whether it be work or anything else. Keep me in the loop. Don't wait till the last minute to Sunday to let me know something's wrong. Keep me in the loop early. And I think that's pretty much it. Be careful with the winds out there, especially if you're driving or if you're a big rig driver, or yeah, I hate to see cars or something on the road. And if you have allergies, try to stay indoors, obviously, because windy season and allergies, I know they cause major problems. But other than that, I'm good. I hope things are going well. If you're a Dodger fan, things are going well for the Dodgers. One win away. LA is going to be champion city. With the Lakers and the Dodgers. Hopefully, we can get another sports team to come through in the clutch as well. All right. So with that being said, I hope you're all good. I hope you're all had a wonderful weekend, and I'm hoping that the following week you'll be able to enjoy it. Keep an eye out for um, um, weekly announcements and other announcements that I'm going to be specific to your assignment. Um, I am actually, I kind of was going back and forth on the Zoom meetings. Originally, I had the idea, I think I announced it last week, that I was going to have Zoom meetings with everybody. But then I remember seeing that for a lot of you, it was really hard to get on. So then what I did is I just shot a video specific to that assignment. I shot one for my public speaking class, and that went really well. People seemed to enjoy it. And if they had questions, they started emailing me. And so I will let you know if some of my other classes, if I will have the the Zoom meetings. Um, I'll have to think about it. But if not, look for a video. I'm kind of going back and forth, and it really has to do with your schedule, because I know that the last time I had a lot of students that just couldn't make it because of the schedule. And so we'll see how that's going to work out. All right. So again, anything you need, I'm here. I hope you're okay. I hope you're fine. If you need anything, email me. We'll have a Zoom meeting where we can work it out through there. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.